So then when you look at the lyrics, what do the lyrics say?
Here I am, once again, feeling lost, but now and then I breathe it in to let it go. And I don't know where you are now. Stop.
So what are those lyrics about then?
I think she's talking about like facing her fears, because it says, here I am, once again, feeling lost, but now and then. Feeling lost, but now and then. I breathe it in to let it go. The fears.
Oh, she belly breathing. She's belly breathing to let the fear go.
Welcome to Living in 3D Power, a space where questions matter, stories heal, and joy is our practice.
Hey, it's me, Emma. Welcome back to Living in 3D Power, and today we're talking about... Oh, I forget. We're talking about the song that represents your feelings.
You got it.
Yay!
Yeah. You forgot your chicken nugget wisdom or your challenge for last week? Is it hard to remember last week? So last week you said, find a song that matches your emotions in the moment.
Are those supposed to be chicken nuggets?
That's the closest that Canva had.
Those look like hairy marshmallows.
I'm going to put it on the screen. They do kind of look like hairy marshmallows now that I look at it. Well, now that I look at it. Or maybe like, I don't know, like furry pillows. I don't know.
Cotton
Cotton inside the pillows. Oh, like, well, cotton's not really shaped like that. But yes, they're supposed to be chicken nuggets. We gotta get Daddy to draw us some chicken nuggets or like make a design for us.
I could draw chicken nuggets.
Yes, maybe you can work with Daddy and create something, and then you can reveal it on an episode.
That would be cool.
Your chicken nugget wisdom. Yes, I think that's good. So find a song that matches your emotion in the moment. And so we talked about creating your own emotional soundtrack this week. Not that we have a soundtrack, but we have a song about how we're feeling. Do you have two songs?
No.
Oh, I have a song and you have a song?
Yeah, two.
Oh, so we could create a soundtrack together. We have two songs. So, yes, or like a playlist. So, the first question I have related to your chicken nugget wisdom is, what song would match what you're feeling right now? And when did you last actually let yourself listen to it?
It's called Make It Shine. It's on Victorious. I think that's how you pronounce it,
Victorious.
Yeah.
And people might not remember. Well, it depends on how old you are. But Victorious, I would say hands down, one of the best shows on Nickelodeon, right? One of the best teen shows. It was so funny. Who's the guy, Robbie, with the puppet?
Yeah.
Oh, like it's just so. And then what's the teacher's name?
Mr.
Psychowitz.
Yeah.
But the show is so good. And actually, what is his name on the show? It's not Leon on the show, but he's the singer.
Leon Thomas.
So on the show, his name is something else. Leon Thomas started on Victorious, and now he's blowing up. So it is a really, really good show. It's about, you want to tell them what it's about?
It's basically about this like school of talented people, and this girl named Tori is like, I'm just going to summarize the first episode. No spoilers, even though sometimes I do.
She spoils a lot of movies. But you've gotten better. Look at that.
Growth.
That's growth, maturity.
But the first episode, Tori's sister's mouth like swells up.
Oh, her tongue.
Yeah, her tongue. And then she can't sing, so Tori has to sing.
But her sister, I mean, maybe that's a spoiler, but so she gets into this talented, like creative school, and she's a singer. So, what is the song? I don't know if she sings that. Does she sing that song?
The first episode, yes, she sings it.
Is that the song she sings to audition? Okay, so what is the song
Well, she doesn't
called?
really audition. She doesn't really audition.
Okay.
Make it shine.
Did y'all hear her say it again?
Make it shine.
Oh my gosh. So
Sorry for bursting your eardrums.
you want to play a little bit of it?
Yeah.
Is that from the beginning?
Yeah.
Once again, feeling lost, but now and then I
That's your little tidbit teaser. So when the drums hit. So you have the lyrics up. Is this Spotify?
Yeah.
See, I don't even have Spotify, and you just have it, but it's the free version. Everyone, like, who is ever Apple Music versus Spotify, everyone says that Spotify is way better. JoJo, hands down, says Spotify is better.
It doesn't cost money.
Well, the free version only lets you do so much, so they have the paid version. But I'm not paying for Spotify because I get Apple Music free with my phone. So, but you have this, and it has the lyrics, which is cool. So, when you hear the song, like, why did you pick the song and say that? Because the question was, what song would match what you're feeling right now? So, how does that song match what you're feeling right now?
The title.
The title. What's the title?
It says "Make It Shine."
So, how's that match how you're feeling right now?
I am a star.
Oh. So describe the star.
Shine at night.
Stars shine at night. That's like a tongue twister. Stars shine at night. So what do you mean you're a star? Because that could be like that you're famous, or it could be what, that you are just bright and you emanate.
Both.
Both. Okay. So let it shine. So you went by the title and you're like, ooh, this matches my mood and how I'm feeling in this moment. Anything to do with you feel like you're shining because of taking PSSAs today?
No.
No, it's just how you just feel.
Yeah.
You feel like you shine and you're a star. I love that, the confidence that you have about yourself. So then when you look at the lyrics, what do the lyrics say?
Here I am, once again, feeling lost, but now and then I breathe it in to let it go. And I don't know where you are now. Stop.
So what are those lyrics about then?
I think she's talking about like facing her fears, because it says, here I am, once again, feeling lost, but now and then. Feeling lost, but now and then. I breathe it in to let it go. The fears.
Oh, she belly breathing. She's belly breathing to let the fear go.
Because in the first episode, she was really scared.
So this is actually like the song lyrics are actually what's playing out on the episode?
Yeah.
So then when the beat hits, you cut off at the beat. So what happens when the beat hits and the drums hit?
It becomes
The
more
lyrics.
positive.
Yeah, so what did she say when the drums hit?
I'm going to play a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. So what's the upbeat part? What are the lyrics?
She says, or what it would come to if only somebody was near could hear, when you figure out how you lost in the moment you disappeared. You don't have to be afraid to put your dream in action. She's basically talking about how she probably wanted to be a singer, but she was like too scared, because it's talking about you don't have to be afraid to put your dream in action. So she might have a dream of being a singer. And in the first episode, she was like doing an action, like singing in front of a big audience.
So what's the overall message then from the song?
You can face your fears.
And you know what this ties into? What do you always say? What's one of your taglines?
Just do it.
Just do it. Right? So even do it afraid, right? And she's saying she has a dream, so it's like, why would you defer your dream? Like, live out your dream. Forget about the fear. I said something in a keynote I did the other day at Shippensburg University, and I talked about how we will box ourselves in, and we're living within someone else's fear, right? So people in power, particularly, they can constrict us. They can tell us who we shouldn't be, and that's driven by fear. And so we absorb that fear, and then we don't put our dreams in action. So how do we get beyond the fear that's within our own hearts, and also the fear that exists out in the world that tells us where we can't be? So I think that is an awesome stuff. So when you're like, ooh, let it shine, because I'm a star. But then you read it and you're like, oh, wait, this deep. So you're like, I mean, I guess it's still about like being a star.
Yeah, because
but really it's much deeper.
She's going to Hollywood Arts.
Hollywood Arts, that was the name of the school, yes. So I love that. That's really good, Emma. Okay.
I'm
so
excited to hear your song.
Oh, yes. I think, you know what? Can I use your phone? Because I might have to pull it up on here. Let's see. I'm not familiar with.
Let me help you.
I can listen. I can,
Well, you're like, I'm not familiar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. Let me find it. So, when Daddy and I went to Uncle Mel and them's like Singers Lounge, 10th anniversary.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we went there and they had all these artists that had more recently, I think like more recently have died. So, but your dad created a playlist. He was so inspired by it that when we were driving to Philly for Aunt Dana's birthday party, I was like, what playlist is this? He's like, I created a playlist because he was talking about the Singers Lounge and he was like, they're so good. Like they literally could go on tour. Like they're that good. I mean,
They are good. Daddy showed me videos and he was like,
the harmony's
so
tight, the musicians just, I mean,
you
pristine,
showed me
right?
videos yesterday.
Brother Tommy Bryant, like on them drums, like the bass, like, I mean, all of it, keyboard, like they were just so good. I'm trying to see if I see it. Oh, there it is. And so I think one of the songs that came up, I said, ooh, when you first asked me last week, I think I said,
I'm so proud of you.
yes, because I have been a song, like sometimes I wake up and I have a song in my spirit. So that had been the song because Uncle Mel was going to perform the first time without Uncle Avery. But the other song that I've been feeling, because this world can be so heavy, and because I think I'm just in this like, sometimes I feel like,
Meh.
yeah, I'm feeling meh. And I think part of it, I was talking to Uncle Mel yesterday, part of it is like missing Uncle Avery. And so sometimes I have moments about that, oop, and then I lost your thing. The song that originally came to me, Someday We'll All Be Free.
Oh, I like that song. I think you played it in the car.
Do you know who sings the song? Do you know how the song goes?
Someday we'll all be free.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit. It is Donny Hathaway. I mean, you might have heard his daughter saying, I think we might have been watching a show with her because I think she can do something special where she can make two sounds come out at the same time. I don't know how she does it, but she has like this really rare talent where she can sing two different notes, something that she does.
Oh, yeah.
But she's the daughter of Donny Hathaway. So Donny Hathaway died years and years ago, like decades ago.
Oh.
He struggled with mental illness. And as I learned more about this song, so I'm going to play it and then I'll explain the back end of it, like the story behind it.
Yeah, you played this in the car a couple times.
My goodness, I hope YouTube does not cut it off. YouTube's going to be like copyright infringement. But so the song, the other part of the lyrics, I wrote them down too, even though they're here. So the refrain is, take it from me, someday we'll all be free. And then verse 2 is, keep on walking tall, hold your head up high, lay your dreams right up to the sky, sing your greatest song, and you'll keep going on. So, so what do you think when you hear those lyrics? Like, what do you think that song is about?
about it's about how there's always a brighter side. I think there's like a metaphor of like the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And in the first part, it made me think about how you were talking about when we talked about centering whiteness and how you were talking about the solar system and us orbiting it. Even though it's not necessarily connected, it just made me think about it because he's talking about hang on to the world as it spins around. Just don't let that spin get you down. Things are moving fast. So there's so much happening, right? So much happening in our family, so much happening in the world, and things are just like, it seems like it's just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And so the title, Someday We'll All Be Free, one of my values is liberation. I want everyone to be free. I feel like some people are just really bound and trapped in stories that they believe that they're better than other people, that they believe that certain people aren't human. You just think about what's going on in the world, how some people just don't care about people. And so there's a saying, I'm trying to think, I think it's they talk about this, and they say, you know, you dehumanizing me is you dehumanizing yourself. So you saying that I'm less of a human is really you not being fully human. So this, though, what I did a little bit of digging is that this song was actually written by, I would say he probably was Donny Hathaway's friend, because Donny Hathaway struggled from paranoid schizophrenia. And that is when you hear things that aren't really there, like we wouldn't see or hear. So it can cause you to do things like you can be really agitated, or think that people are coming for you, or think that there's something in your food, or people that are listening that aren't listening. So it leaves you in a state of confusion and anxiety. And he ended up really hurting himself. He ended up dying by suicide as a result of his mental health diagnosis. This friend wrote the lyrics of the song to encourage him. So in these songs, he knew he was struggling with his mental health. So he wrote the song to encourage him, and he was saying, someday we'll all be free. And unfortunately, he didn't get free from his illness. It's a really, really hard illness. You have to take medication to control it. I've had a few students that have had schizophrenia, not always paranoid schizophrenia, but, you know, sometimes they just see things that other people wouldn't necessarily see. And that can make it really challenging to interact with other people or to keep yourself safe. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful testament to how he had someone that cared about him so much that he sang this song, to try to encourage him to keep on the path. Well, Donnie sang the song. That was him singing the song, but someone wrote it for him. Someone wrote it for him to encourage him with his mental health illness. And as we're approaching Mental Health Awareness Month, I think because I'm feeling kind of meh, and I'm struggling a little bit.
You sound like the emoji thing in the Emoji Movie.
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, he's like, I gotta be mad.
Yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit. So thinking about, what does freedom look like for me? What does it look like for the world? And getting out of this funk. So that song really resonates for me right here, right now. But I love that you said there's still hope in the song, right? Even though he's talking about things keep moving fast, hold on, and you will last. Right? Even though it seems so hard right now, there are brighter days. So I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And it's a testament to love. And when you see someone fully, even if they have a mental illness, they're still human beings and they still deserve to be free. So beautiful song. So thank you, Donny Hathaway, for putting this song into the world, because it's something that resonates with me. And it's actually turned into part of the civil rights movement and how they started using that song. Even though it wasn't intended for that, they adopted it to be like, we deserve to be free. So his song has a lasting legacy. So I love that. It helped me through. It's helping me through today. What do you think? Are those songs added to the playlist? You like that song? And the tone that he has, like that deep tone. Like, I mean, voices.
Take it from me, someday we'll all be free.
Like, I mean, just the tone is just so pure. And you have to hear his daughter, Layla Hathaway. Like, someone said, we were watching something. I don't know if that was on Luther Vandross' documentary, but someone was like, your daddy's in your throat. Like, that she sings so much like her father, but her tone is so pure that they're like, your daddy's in your throat. Like, he's living in your throat. So I think that's beautiful that she gets to carry on her dad's legacy. Okay. So another question I have, is there a difference between how you allow yourself to feel at home versus how you show up in public? So in school, church, like in the community, do you see a difference in that? And what does that cost you if you show up differently?
I don't really show up differently, but I feel like the environment is different.
The environment is different?
Because when I'm like in the community, I can like go outside and like play with people.
Okay.
And I don't really play with.
So you mean like even in our neighborhood or just like?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's, because you're such an age gap difference here, it's hard for you. Like you don't have a sibling close to your age.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that can be really hard because we talked about it on the episode, you know, like you're 6 years from Maya, another like 11, 12 from JoJo. That can make it hard being the youngest.
Yeah.
And so you're saying that you don't really, do you feel, so like, I think I said like act differently, but the question really was like, do you allow yourself to feel, how do you allow yourself to feel? Is there a difference between how you feel at home versus school?
I feel like I feel lonelier at the house because I don't really play with people.
Yeah.
I usually just play by myself.
That's hard. Oh, that makes me sad. But then,
It's okay.
oh no, because you're like I think one of your values is like connection, like that's your love language. So
Yeah.
it really made me happy. Like, well, you and Daddy were cleaning your room on, was that Friday? Saturday. And you two went back to an old game you used to play with Shopkins. I'm not even sure if it's a game or how you play it. You made up some game. Shopkins are like a really, really, I don't know how old they are.
It's
but
not
they don't make
old.
They don't make them anymore. But you would make up characters with that. He used to do that same thing with JoJo and Maya. Like he would make up different voices. So I loved seeing you two interact on Saturday. That was really cool. And y'all had some daddy-daughter time. And so I think that's something moving forward is like, oh, how do we do more of those things? How do you get one-on-one time? How do you get like the family time together? Like what does that look like? Even you hanging out with Maya or JoJo?
We usually just hang out with you, me, and Daddy.
Yeah, and then Maya's like in her room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's good. And I think, but Saturday was different because Saturday, it was after Maya went to prom. Was it Friday night? I can't remember which night. If it was either Friday night and you did that with Daddy or Saturday. But Saturday, we had a big event. We had Maya's prom. So you got to hang out and help get her ready for prom with JoJo. So I think that was really special. So the sisters were doing all that together. So I think, yes, more of that time together would be helpful. But I loved seeing the three of y'all helping Maya get dressed. No one was arguing with each other. No one was being mean to each other. So that was really nice. So more of those moments would be sweet.
Yeah.
So I think for me, is there a difference between how you allow yourself or how I allow myself to feel at home versus how I show up in public? I think the goal is right that there's no difference, but I think also is that you want to have a safe space, right?
Yeah.
So maybe like when I'm out in public, I'm not showing all the emotions that I'm feeling. So I'm thinking about the keynote I just did. And so I go through my journey line and I start out talking about my childhood and how I was born and, you know, thinking about the stories of the strong women in our family and how it didn't really allow for healing. It was like, you just have to be strong. Don't worry about your healing. Just keep trudging along. And then the arc is I end with Avery. And I talk about the both and, like, you know, grief and loss. And that helps me think about, there was just something that came out with Dr. Chelsea Jackson Roberts, and she talked about on her Substack about nothing we live is lost. And I literally welled up with tears when I read that because she was talking about her uncle that died in like 2019 and thinking about him and watching him die from cancer and how that impacted her. But it made me also think about Avery and thinking about people that we have lost. It's like people will say, like I just said, oh, you lost them. We didn't lose him, right? It's just a strange way of saying that someone died. But when I read that nothing we have lived is lost, I thought about nothing we have loved or no one we have loved is lost, right? So he's not gone. So it made me emotional. So when I presented it the first time, my keynote, my friend Dr. Nicole Holland Sims came because she knew it was my first keynote after Avery died, and she came to support me. And I remember when that slide came up, my voice cracked a little bit. So I wonder, right, if I was at home and talking about it, what if I just let the tears flow instead of being in front of people and presenting? But I also think that's part of my work. Like, I can't not show emotion because I'm trying to invite people to be more fully human. So I think that's what I think about. What does that look like for me? My work is so closely tied to being fully human that if I were just being like a robot, it wouldn't be true to my work. But there are times where I feel myself like, oh, let me button that up. But that's not being authentically me. So I think...
don't do that.
You don't even do that at school? You did that the one day. I remember you came home and you broke down. You didn't do it at school, but you broke down when you got home. I don't remember what it was. Something happened and you held it together at school, but as soon as you got home, you broke down. I cannot remember what it was. And I felt so sad. I felt so bad for you because like you were like, you kept it all together on the bus. I don't remember. It was like maybe 2 years ago.
What?
I just remember because it was such a big emotion and that you held it together. But even thinking about the podcast and how we're on the podcast talking about your sisters, and remember like I could see your eyes welling up and I was like, what's happening? And then you just jumped in my lap and just cried, right? Like those are the kind of things you were trying to control it and you couldn't. But maybe you were like, because we're filming, I can't cry because we're filming, right? So I think sometimes we're like, you want to make sure the space is safe and you don't want to be vulnerable in front of everyone, right?
I don't like when people are like, are you okay?
I know.
Are you okay?
Clearly I'm not. Right. So I think, yeah, so maybe there is sometimes where you feel guarded or you feel like you have to not show your emotion because it's not safe or you don't want to deal with people being like, are you okay? But you can come home or you can go to someone that you trust and you can show that emotion. As long as you have a place, a soft place to land to show your emotion. That's what's most
now that
important.
my room's clean, I can go in my closet.
Yo, but the key to the story is, the moral to the story is keep it clean. Girl, all them drawers you got, all them bins, all the organizational things, and how does that continue to happen? On that note, let's do our final question.
Wait,
What is one feeling you've been carrying this week that deserves a moment, not to be fixed, just to be witnessed? One feeling you've been carrying this week. The week just started, but what's something that you're feeling? Maybe it's carrying over from last week.
tiredness.
Tiredness?
I don't want to do PSSAs anymore.
How many more days do you have?
Mommy. Until Friday.
Ooh, okay, but then you have camp next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to start packing.
Yeah, I know. So you're tired because of that. So,
But we don't have any homework.
so think about if you sat in that feeling for 3 minutes, like how might sitting inside that feeling, even for 3 minutes, what would that do for you?
3-minute nap.
3-minute nap. Yeah. But I think something we were talking about, what you were feeling earlier, you talked about you were sore.
Yes. Track.
You placed. You had second in the 100, third in the 4x1, third in the 4x4. You did awesome. First time you placed as a 5th grader. So sky's the limit, kid. And also, you said sore.
I got second when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade.
Oh, you did?
I think I was in 3rd.
In a relay?
I think. It
Oh,
was
I
like
don't remember that.
before.
Maybe
Or
that's when I was in
something.
Atlanta, because it was always like overlap when we had the Black School Psych Network. But yes, so you did awesome there, but you said sore, and then when I said to sit in it for 3 minutes, and you said what? If you sat in it, the soreness, it kind of was like, you felt good about it because you were like, the soreness is a result of something hard I did or something good I did, I accomplished something. I think that's really positive. So feelings, right, when we sit with them, they can morph into like, oh, even though this might be painful or this might be uncomfortable, there's something positive in it that I can kind of reframe. So for me, the feeling I think I'm sitting and carrying this week is just the meh. If I had to, what would you call that? It's just like sadness.
Meh.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a word, but that's kind of, it's like, it would be like close to sadness or just kind of like that. And there go our dogs again.
Our lovely dogs.
And if I didn't want to fix it, if I could sit in that for 3 minutes, I think it would just be letting some tears flow, thinking about we're coming up on 6 months now with Uncle Avery and Uncle Mel and Uncle Mel and Uncle Avery's birthday's coming up. I think it's just all of that feeling that I'm feeling. So, and that's okay. But sitting in that and honoring that instead of being like, why am I irritable? Why am I sad? And sitting with it and being like, oh, that's what it is. It helps, right? So that you don't get side blinded by your feelings. Then you know where the root is coming from, and then you can process it in real time. So I think those are helpful. So again, the encouragement of you helping us pick out a song is helping me right now in this season.
Thanks.
So as we wrap up, what is your new chicken nugget wisdom for the good people?
Make a math problem
What?
on how you feel.
Make a math problem.
You gotta use, you use numbers. I mean letters. You obviously use numbers.
Wait, so explain. Make a math problem for how you feel.
You can use like letters.
Okay, explain the math thing to me. Give me an example, because I'm confused by that.
So like E plus M plus M plus A. And then you can have like a key of like what the letters equal.
Oh, so like, what is that, like a puzzle or something? So
It's easy.
So we'll draft that up because so E would mean a word,
No, E would mean
a different
number.
a number, and it would equal what?
So E would equal, let's say it equals 8, and then M equals 1. So it would be 8 plus 1, 1, and then A would equal 4 plus 4. 14.
So that's the chicken. Well, how does that bring some wisdom though? How is that distilled
Your
down?
brain is amazing.
Your brain is amazing. Your brain is amazing. You're right. So we can make up our own math,
Yeah.
right? You can be the next Einstein. You can be the next, who was the lady from Hidden Figures? She was a mathematician, and we talked about her last year. I can't think of her name right now.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Died like maybe a year or so ago. She was like 100-something years old.
Ooh.
Katherine Johnson. Boom. Okay, the Perry brain.
My brain's not brainy.
But my brain is on today. Perry didn't come for me today. Okay. Right, 45. We turned the corner.
You're lucky.
It's your PSA brain. That's what that is. We're giving grace because that's a lot. So we're going to take our name, our every letter is a number, and add that
You
up.
don't have to do, we could do like a sentence of wisdom.
What do you mean?
Like I plus A plus just like I am amazing and just like add pluses instead of spaces. It was going to take too long, so I was
So say I'm amazing and just add plus signs. So you can create a phrase, but just add plus signs in between each word instead of a space.
each letter.
Each letter.
Yeah.
I plus A plus M plus.
It would take too long. That's why I didn't say it.
Okay, but that's what you want us to do?
Yeah, but it can be shorter.
Okay. Because our brains are amazing. Moral of the story, our brains are amazing. So much so that people create beautiful songs that resonate with our experience and give us the language or the feelings. I thought the screen went blank.
You're like,
So our brains are amazing. Listen to the lyrics that speak to your heart and make your sentence into a math problem. This is PSSA brain, and it's okay.
we're doing math tomorrow?
Well, don't do that math tomorrow. Do the actual math you're supposed to do, not the E plus M plus M plus A.
I'm not.
On that note,
We did that in
we will
like
see
second-
you next week when she'll be done with PSSAs. You won't be here next week.
Yes, I won't.
She won't be here because she'll be at an overnight camp. Her first overnight camp So we'll have to hear all about that when you come back. So you're going to miss
Yes.
Emma next week, but then we'll see you
It's
again.
okay. I know I'm amazing.
All right. So take care, y'all. See you next time. Bye.
I'm so glad you joined me and Mommy for this episode of Living in 3D Power. I hope you like it. Now do me a favor before you leave. Subscribe to our Substack and make sure you subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts too. And hey, do me another favor. Share this episode with a friend or family member. If something we said made you laugh, made you smile, or it might mean something to them, just send it away. Okay, one more favor. That's a lot of favors, I know. Head over to the comments on our social media. Tell us what made you say, "That's deep, whoa." Because your words encourage other people and they encourage us too. See you next time.